Oh my gosh, I'm watching an incredibly awful film on Netflix, which is In the Name of God, a Holy Betrayal. So this guy is like a church leader and he has 250 churches and he starts feeling like God because he has all these churches and like 30,000, it's in Korea, 30,000 followers. And then he just turns it into a sex cult basically, where he gets like lots of women to have sex with him, and but he first does it by making out that, oh, I just need to check to see if you've got lumps in your breast, and oh, I just need to see if you've got cysts in your womb, and then he just fills them up and actually has sex with them. And yeah, it's the woman who's talking on this is kind of making out that she's like a victim of it, and I guess she is, but at the same time she is also kind of agreeing, like she's not agreeing and it's wrong, but at the same time, I'm sure these people could just walk out and just be like, look, I want nothing to do with this. This is wrong. I think they prey on vulnerable people who believe in anything. And yeah, it's highly annoying because he's using the Bible to rape people. Saying that Eve eating the fruit, it's actually just talking about Eve having sex, and he can save all these women by getting them to not have sex with anyone else but him. Why? Because he's the perfect Adam. Oh my gosh, I've listened to that part in the story, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're not even pretty. Like seriously, he's not my messiah or anything. And I think people have to be incredibly gullible to believe such thing. I think on the other hand, um, I feel like there is two ways of seeing it. It's nice to actually be touched up. Okay, it's not nice to be touched up by a asshole who thinks that he's better than everyone else. But at the same time, these women did see him as being better. They thought that they were going in there to be checked, to health checked for good reasons. They thought they were going in there for their own sake, and it ended up just turning into some sort of sexual abuse. But they didn't see it like that. They looked up to this guy, and you know on one hand it's horrible to hear, but on the other hand it's like, you get out. You shouldn't believe that he's got in, like he's the perfect Adam, or you shouldn't look up to these people. And if you do look up to these people, that doesn't mean that you should do any that you should believe what they say. And there's just some really incredibly gullible people in the world, I think, that just believe anything. And yeah, I wouldn't believe for 1 second that he was like a messenger for God or anything. And then, of course, they're making he was making out that he's doing these sexual acts because this is what God wants. And then he basically turned these women into God's brides. And God's a woman. I don't want brides. I don't want a bunch of brides as my partners. So if you believe something like this, then I think you're just very gullible. But yeah, I am. I don't know what else to say. There was another film that I watched on Netflix about. Um, I don't know. I don't actually want to watch it any longer. It's just really boring. Um, there was some other things what I've been watching. Um, just getting up. Um, it was, I don't know what I was watching. The Chosen was pretty shit, and yeah, I don't know. It's just disappeared from the list. But anyway, I've had an okay day.